Hi everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to use the Perseverance Calculator beta application. So first, when you open up the application, you want to type in a name for the project. Let's call this project tutorial. Click on add project and click on the project that you just created. Then click on add to add the formulas to the formula list. Now open the formula section by clicking on a bar. Now I'm going to start with expressions. So for the formula name, I'm going to type in expressions. And now to use an expression in this application, go to the formula section of formula text box and then type in an expression like 1 plus 1, and then click on get variables, and here you'll have your answer. And since it doesn't have any variables, the expression is solved. Now for expressions with single variables, you can type in a plus 1 and then click on get variables, and you'll have your variables listed on the left side below the description text box. You have your value and your description. Now to solve this problem, let's say A symbolizes the number of apples. Then if we counted number of apples, we will have 9. And then once we've plugged in the value for the number of apples, we can click on solve. And here you can see 9 plus 1 equals 10. So that's single variable expressions. Now, if you want to use more than a single variable, let's say multiple variable expressions, you can say you can type in a plus b equals, or a plus b plus 1, and then click on get variable, and you'll have two variables listed below the description text box. And let's say a is equal to number of apples, and b is equal to number of oranges. And let's say we have 10 apples and 10 oranges, and we click on solve. You have 21 apples and oranges altogether plus 1. And then if you want your variables to be in words, then variable as words, you can just use words in place of the variable. So for example, apple plus oranges plus 1, get variables, and you have your apples and oranges, or apples and oranges. And then the description would be number of apples, and the description for oranges would be number of oranges. And there's 10 apples and 10 oranges. Solve. And there you'll have 21 again. Now, if you want to create buttons, custom buttons, you'll have to use variables for creating functions. And if you want to create constants, you have to make sure that the formula is solvable. So first, let's create a function button. I'm going to create a tab for the custom functions. I'm going to call this tab custom buttons. Create tab. And if you want your custom buttons to be placed under the custom button tabs, you have to make sure that you click on custom button. Okay, to make sure it's selected. Then we're going to write in a formula. Let's say a plus 1, or we can type in a plus apples plus 1. Click on get variables. So a is equal to the number of apples, and apples is equal to the number of apples 2. And for the variables, you want to keep them the same so you can use them inside of your functions. Click on create function, and there you'll see your custom button. Oh, hold on. To remove the custom buttons, click Control and left click custom buttons. Now first you want to solve the formula. Now you can create the custom buttons. Okay. Now we're going to use the custom button in the formula. So first, you have to right click on the custom button, and it'll show you the custom button description, or the description of the button. And here we have custom button is the formula name. The formula we're using is a plus apples plus 1. Their rearranged formula is the same. And then custom button a apples is how it's used. I'm going to place this down here. I'm going to type in, I'm not going to type in, but I'm going to click on the formula, and then I'm going to click on the custom button. Now here you have a and apples. You can just get variables, click on get variables, and then solve it here by putting in 1 and 1. Then click on solve. It will give you 3. But another way to solve this is just to plug in the numbers inside of the custom buttons. Now the a in apples indicates where the value of a or apples is going to be in, and it's separated by commas. So a is the number of apples, which is 1, and then let's do 2 for the apples. And then click on get variables, click on solve, and you'll have 4. So that's how you create a custom buttons with multiple variables. And for constant buttons, you have to make sure that your formula is a constant, such as 1, 2, 3. But you can also add expressions like plus 1. But the problem with this is when you use the constants, you have to make sure you use parentheses and then constants. So for this problem, I'm going to use custom buttons apples. I'm going to plug in 1 and 2, get variables, solve. That's our answer. I'm going to call this constant button, and then I'm going to click on create constant. Now I'm going to use the constant button in the formula here, and I'm going to click on get variables, and it's 4. So that's our constant button, which is equal to 4. So that's what the constant button is doing, which is the constant button create a constant, and a constant is just a number that does not change, and then you can use that number inside of your application to solve for a solution. Let me check on the time. Okay, so this is going to be it for today, and I'm going to make a video on the data spreadsheet next time.